Hey everyone, welcome to the Roto Grinders Morning Grind podcast. I'm your host, Stevie TPFL. It's September, it's the 30th, it's 2016. We have 15 baseball games. It's the last big slate on a Friday for the season. Moving on into the playoffs next week, and of course we need to pay attention to the playoff standings here playing baseball Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you get teams that are out of it, these guys are just ready for the season to be over. It's a Friday, and I just want to say before I even introduce this guy, like a big congratulations. He took down the Atlantis Q Monday to Thursday slate with Julio Jones in his lineup. He had the nuts, even with Julio. How you doing, Siege?
Oh man, it's so good. I mean, we planned on doing this podcast about an hour and a half ago. We're like, yeah, I was just like, you like, when do you want to do it? I was like, as soon as I just fall out of first in the queue, and you're like, all right, so this will be like a half an hour, and poor guy kept you like waiting here like another hour and a half as we waited for the end of this game.
Oh, well, we could tell the listeners what I was really doing.
I was going to try to gloss over that, but yeah, I guess you could do that if you want.
Yeah, I was throwing my iMac through the window. There's nothing more tilting than paying for something that is supposed to work every time you want to use it and it not work, and then like getting terrible customer support, which I did with Apple tonight, and I'm so tilted about it. So if we sound a little quick on the podcast today, it's Friday, it's a 15-game slate, and it's the last Friday of like full season of baseball. You just want a queue. I'm having a long day, but we're going to talk baseball.
And the slate's boring too. Can I just say the slate's boring too? The slate, if there was a good slate, I would just be like ready to go. Like, let's focus in, let's grind it. This slate sucks. I'm just going to say it. It's an awful slate. I hate everything about this slate.
The only thing that I can actually say, it's a really solid cash game slate, and I never say that.
Yeah, but since when do we give a darn about cash game slates?
Well, we don't, but the listeners might.
Can you imagine if we had Game 7 on this slate?
Oh, man. I think that we would just take two cheap pitchers and just go for all the money.
Oh,
stack every single Coors bat against them and just hope we get 20 runs.
Yeah, that would have been the strategy, but it would have just been like one hell of a game, but no loss.
All right, let's talk some baseball. Before we talk baseball, let's talk about our sponsor site, Rosters.com. If you guys haven't checked out Rosters.com, head on over to the forums right there at the top. You can win an all-expenses-paid trip for two to the Super Bowl. All you have to do is play $100 worth of NFL contests this weekend. You'll get an entry to the championship event on Week 7. And if you cash in the kickoff GPP, you'll also get another ticket there. So throw four tournament teams right into that. There's your $100. Really tight cap over at Rosters. I don't know if you guys listened to the football podcast yesterday. If you didn't, I definitely recommend it. Me and Siege definitely had some hot takes in that podcast. But we talked about how tough the cap is. And if you want a tougher cap, if you want to get away from playing on FanDuel and DraftKings, head on over to Rosters. Use that promo code Grinders. That way you guys get incentives here at Roto Grinders for free for a year. And get used to some tough cap, man. It's really interesting over there.
It's fun. It's really fun. There's very few times I have fun making lineups. It's kind of like, running through the combinations in my head a little bit. I have a lot more fun like on hard caps, like thinking about decisions, kind of making 2v2s, trying to like game theory it out. Sometimes on a soft cap, it's kind of just like, all right, I'll play this value play and just rotate in all the superstars. And so a lot of the fun is making the lineup, so a tight cap can really be a ton of fun. And I'm definitely attacking Rosters this week. I'm going to have definitely 4 teams in that $25. I want to get to the Super Bowl for free.
Yeah, it's a trip to the Super Bowl. Like, you just won an Atlantis queue. You're obviously going to ship everything now. All right, let's talk baseball. We have 15 games to get through here. Baltimore at New York, first game. Pay attention to the rain in this game. Early forecast is we're going to get some rain. Michael Pineda against Giovanni Gallardo. Man, it's one of those nights. Giovanni
Gallardo. Oh, boy, Stevie. We've got 15 games, buddy. This isn't a 6-game slate. We're going to need you to kind of rally. You're kind of like the pitcher that just gave up 4 in the first, and you kind of just got to rebound here and get us through 6.
Oh, I need to pull a Tyler Chatwood type.
Speaking of a guy who gets blown up in the first, hey, Michael Pineda, he's here, 9,400. What do you know? He can disappoint all the truthers one more time.
Yeah, what I was going to say about this game is Yankees are out of it. Baltimore is still in it, and we know that the Yankees want to play spoilers here. Like we know, we're Red Sox fan. We know the Yankees. We know they want to play spoilers here. But I still don't think I can take Pineda.
No, I can't do it. I want to. I think he'll pitch okay. I just don't know what the ceiling is. I kind of don't think he's going to go more than 6. Like, he hasn't gone more than 6 in any of his last 10. And if there's just no upside for over 6, I just really can't play you in tournaments, even if you are Pineda can strike out 19 guys. But the Yankees have been playing the spoiler role. They did it the last 2 days to the Red Sox, kind of knocked us out for best AL record in the process a little bit here. So they got their spoiler hats on, that's for sure.
All right, let's talk bats in this game. We'll start with Baltimore. The power lefties, right? Chris Davis, Pedro Alvarez, with Pineda leaves those balls over the plate every once in a while, and you want the power lefties.
Yeah, and they're all very cheap on DraftKings. Chris Davis, 36, Pedro Alvarez, 33. They're all very reasonable.
Yeah, those are good prices. What about Machado, Adam Jones? Any interest there?
I can't do it.
Yeah, Machado really cold right now. He's been hot or cold. Like, he'll have a multi-game or go 0 for 4, strikeouts.
Yeah, there's just no power there, too. Only 1 double in his last 10 in terms of extra base hits.
All right, looking at the other side, you obviously have the GOAT Ches.
Yeah, he didn't homer today, which means for Henry Owings, which kind of felt like a mini miracle. But he was like 60% owned in some GPPs, so I just think that like everyone's going to jump off, and Gallardo's just bad.
And he hit a ball in the second at bat like 395 feet foul.
Yeah, like he hit 2 monsters just foul. So like, it wasn't like he didn't hit one today, so he'll hit one tomorrow.
Yeah, I had to watch Ortiz's last game in Yankee Stadium.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was watching that as well. And they pulled him kind of as the game was starting, so the timing kind of worked out nicely there.
So, we talked about Ortiz's last game, Mark Teixeira's last series as a Yankee, last series in Yankee Stadium, last series in baseball. There's some narrative here for Mark Teixeira in the series.
Are they really going to plan this weekend? He had a walk-off grand slam against the Red Sox. Shouldn't they just stop it right there?
They said that they talked about it on the broadcast. Like, he has family coming in this weekend, so he wants to play.
Oh, all right. Fair enough.
And he's going to have family there.
Oh, the friends and family narrative. All the narratives for Teixeira, and they priced them up just because of the narratives. $4,300. I don't know if I could pay that price.
31 on FanDuel, like that. Gardner, Ellsbury. If you're stacking the Yankees, just stack the top 4.
Yeah, because the Baltimore, like the back end of the bullpen is good. But their closer, I can't think of his name. Really good, the lefty.
Yeah, I can't think. He's like 47 for 47 this year.
Yeah. Why am I'm thinking like Dylan Bundy, but I know it's not him. It's wow, this is terrible.
Well, if I had more than one screen right now,
yeah, of course, I just tilt you too. Try to pull a name up, and then you've only got one screen.
Yeah, don't want to talk about it.
Sorry, I'm gonna find it eventually here. Zach Britton.
Britton. Yeah, man, we're experts for sure. New York Mets, Philadelphia Phillies, Robert Gsellman against Alec Asher. Asher been decent. Gsellman's the guy I'm looking at in the start. I think this is an excellent spot for him. You're going to get him on a discount on FanDuel. I haven't looked at his DraftKings price, but $6,900 on FanDuel. I have a lot of interest.
Oh, you're going to have a lot of interest on DraftKings then, too. $6,600.
Is he? Oh, buddy. I just found my SP2 for tomorrow night.
Yeah, we would have absolutely used him in a Game 7 here.
100%.
100%. He would have been probably the first guy in for us. Really good spot against Philly. Just dominated them just last start. There's no reason for them to shut him down. Looks like they've been actually ramping up his pitch count, if anything. So maybe that they were playing on him going to the fall league, and they're just going to skip it this year. So I fully expect the Mets in a must-win game to give them 100-plus pitches.
Yeah, they win this game. They're almost locking themselves in. They'll be 2 games up on the Giants heading into Saturday and Sunday in the Cardinals. So you have to think that – so he has the upside. We've seen the upside in this start, just in his last start against them. And he's super cheap. Philadelphia, one guy with a WOBA on this team over 345 against right-handed pitching. And it's Herrera, who's been pretty cold.
Yeah, that's not very good.
I want nothing to do with the Philly bats. Obviously, I'm on Gsellman here. And the Mets bats, like, pick your poison, I guess. Like, Jay Bruce, he's such a streaky hitter, and he's been hitting home runs. He has 3 in the last 5 games. He would probably be my favorite tournament play just because he's a streaky guy, and this is Philadelphia ballpark.
Not paying him at that DK price, but if he's cheaper somewhere else, absolutely. The Mets are just too expensive for me.
Just helping my cause for Gisselman here.
Yeah, I mean 4,900 for Jay Bruce and Gisselman 66.
All right, let's move on. I'm guessing there's no other Mets that you really love here.
Nope.
Miami at Washington. Andrew. God, I'm not even in any of this out.
Andrew Cashner versus AJ Cole.
Andrew Cashner, AJ Cole. You and I are both AJ Cole fans. I worry a little bit in this start, though.
Depends what the Marlins do with their lineup. They might just punt the lineup. Just given everything that's happened, the emotions of the week, they might just punt. Washington's not playing for anything. They just might. You might just see some minor leaguers this weekend.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
The worrying thing about AJ Cole has been the pitch count, but that's right. He got suspended. He got thrown out of that Pittsburgh start, so don't count that. Don't worry about that. His pitch count's fine. I forgot about that.
I might cash some games now. Zanito just hit a home run for me. All right. When we want to pick on Cashners with lefties, we kind of think that Harper, Murphy, they're going to stay out. We know Wilson Ramos is out for the year. Where do we go here?
You know that they're going to play one game before the playoffs?
I don't think Murphy plays again until the playoffs.
Man, he's been out like 2.5 weeks. Like, that's going to be a rough transition. Like, the last time he played was...
I've seen like 2 or 3 reports saying that Murphy won't play.
Man, that feels like a mistake for the Nationals. But, yeah, if they're out, I mean, Andrew Cashner would be in play.
Yeah, and I wouldn't mind like a Steven Drew if he hits in that 3 spot again.
No.
Man, he's still pretty cheap everywhere, too.
He's terrible.
You said, yeah, I don't disagree with you that he's terrible, but we get such a discount against a guy that struggles with lefties.
We can get discounts everywhere. It's the last weekend of the regular season. We can get discounts with guys that are more talented than Steven Drew.
Let's just stay away from this game, right?
I think that's a great idea.
All right, let's talk Toronto and Boston. We know the Red Sox are locked in now, but they would need to sweep Toronto, and Texas would have to get swept by Tampa for them to win best record. Just don't see that happening. I think they're going to be really careful with what they do here, and I think they're going to try to pound some Toronto Blue Jays this weekend.
I would think so. I actually think the Red Sox are only 2 games back. So they can win out, and Texas could lose 1. We'd have to lose 2 of 3. So it's not impossible, but it's not looking very likely. I think this might be the one game they try against Marco Estrada, the fraud. Give me the Red Sox if they kind of throw a good lineup out there. Final weekend at home. Ortiz's final series against a soft-throwing Marco Estrada.
It's going to be emotional this weekend in Boston.
5,300. Lock it up.
I don't hate it.
Still can't believe he didn't homer in that Yankee series, but that's all right.
Well, they kind of threw him a curveball, having CC out there in the last game. But anyway, Rick Porcello on the other side of this game, I think he's interesting. I just don't see him pitching deep into this game.
I don't either. No, I think this is kind of a 5 innings and out type deal.
Bats in this game, we talked about Ortiz. Mookie Betts is definitely in play. I'm probably going to have stacks for both sides of this game.
I really like the game stack. Oh my, did you see the Sandy Leon price?
No, is it min salary?
It's close enough. He's 2.8.
That's solid on DraftKings if you want a catcher that has upside.
Yeah, absolutely. And Marco Estrada, we all know this guy can get lit up at any time.
Oh,
and he did against Boston his last time out, too.
All right. Obviously, we like this game. Let's move on, though. Chicago Cubs, Cincinnati Reds. This is in Cincinnati. The lineup has been really interesting for the Cubs for the last few days now. They're kind of mixing and matching, giving guys days off. They have nothing to play for. They've pretty much established they're the best team in baseball this year, and they're the team to beat.
I absolutely agree with that assessment.
The one thing is, though, they get a matchup here with Josh Smith. Like, it couldn't be a better matchup for the Cubs bats. So if we get some of these value bats that we've seen like last night, where Chris Coughlin or La Stella is up towards the top of the lineup, it's a good spot to get value being in Cincinnati too.
Agreed.
Jason Hamill, I'm guessing
He's not starting. They changed the starter. It is Buchanan.
I was gonna say, like, I didn't think Hamill was gonna start anyway, but
yeah, it's Buchanan. I don't even know if he's in the player pool. He is. He's 4K actually.
Is he a righty or a lefty?
He's a righty.
So we can load up Joey Votto.
He's actually got a full pitch count, so he's likely to go here. He could go deep if they wanted him to.
What's Joey Votto's price on DraftKings? Is he priced for facing Hamill?
No, he's priced as he's Joey Votto.
Okay. What about Adam Duvall? Is he cheap?
No, he's priced like he's Adam Duvall. Not the struggling one.
I was hoping that we would get some value here, but
you're not getting value for the Reds. They're priced through the roof.
All right, let's move on then. Detroit at Atlanta. Daniel Norris, Matt Witzler. Last series in Turner Field for the Braves. All the narratives that you get to look forward to this weekend. Just saying, Daniel Norris, a lefty against the Braves. Like, we like picking on the Braves with lefties. Adding Matt Kemp made them better. Getting Adonis Garcia made them better. Hey, CJ, how about Matt Kemp against lefties?
I was just about to ask if you had any interest at Matt Kemp at under 5K against a lefty.
Oh, man. No interest in these pitchers, right?
No. Maybe I'll run a low ball tomorrow. I have a show. Maybe I'll run a low ball tournament tomorrow, and they do have the great contenders for low ball. I'm going to run a low ball tournament. I'm going to write that idea down. That'd be fun.
Write it down. Freeman finally ended his hit streak. So where are we looking at here with the Braves?
Where are we looking at with the Braves? Matt Kemp, Adonis Garcia. Dansby Swanson, by the way, has figured it out this last couple.
He's hot right now.
Yeah, he figured it out. And I think he hit another home run tonight. He's 3,400 against a lefty. Like, sign me up.
Witzler, like, people are going to see his numbers and they're going to be, oh, he's so bad against lefties, but he's not that bad against righties. He has a 38% hard contact rate with a 44% fly ball rate against a Detroit power team.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that.
I think they're a really sneaky stack. I don't think a lot of people are going to be on the Tigers here.
Yeah, the Tigers have nothing to play for, right? They're out of it.
Are they out of it now?
Oh, no, they're let's see.
They're the team that's behind Baltimore and Toronto.
Yeah, they're 1.5 back. Is Detroit playing? Oh, Detroit got rained out, right? They have a rain out to make up?
Yes.
Oh, man. So, yeah, that's going to be one of those things where they could be a half game back with that game in hand to play on Monday.
Oh, man. This whole playoff series is going to be so interesting throughout the weekend. It's going to be fun to watch. I like the Tiger stack here. They have something to play for. They're going to be hitting the ball. They're going to be hitting it hard because Witzler gives up a lot of hard contact.
Yeah, absolutely agree.
Tampa at Texas. Yu Darvish against Matt Andriese. Yu Darvish against Tampa. I'm seeing the water start coming down your face. Salivating at this matchup.
Yeah, I don't care that he's 12-7.
I figured.
There's something to play for. Lock up home field all the way through. Yeah, he's going to throw a gem tonight.
And it's Tampa. Like, I off the top of my head, since I only have one screen, yes, I'm tilted still. Just looking at Darvish, looking at the Tampa Rays, they strike out a ton against righties. Like, I think 6 or 7 of these guys have strikeout rates over 20%.
Yeah, I have to warn you. I have played pitchers against Tampa like 3 times in the last month. Mickey Matuk has homered each time I have played a guy against the Rays. So if I'm on Yu Darvish, Mickey Matuk 2.1K, the narrative. He's 3 for 3. He hasn't let me down yet. Been hitting a solo home run off my guy.
Well, good to know. That's what we need to just let us know. Tweet us out. I'm playing
Darvish. I'm playing Darvish.
Okay, so play Matuk.
2.1K. Then you don't need any of the other value.
No injuries, right?
No injuries. I don't know if I have much interest in the Texas backs though. He's kind of a control guy. I think that's kind of a stay away situation for me.
Yeah, you're playing Carlos Gomez.
Oh yeah, right. Well, he doesn't count.
Like, we believe in hot streaks, and Carlos Gomez, one of the hottest hitters in baseball.
He's always been a guy that's been perfect for those two. Like, he gets hot and he gets cold.
Yeah, so I like Carlos Gomez here. He's probably my favorite target. Odor's been cold, except for when Derek and Dean needed him to hit a home run. I really think that my exposure here is going to be Gomez.
I agree.
What a pickup by Texas! Like, what a pickup.
Everyone knew that Gomez was going to get hot too. Like, I don't know what Houston was doing. Like,
well, they were batting in like 7th and playing.
That's what you do. That's what you do. That's what the 2-week. Oh, you have a sore ankle DL is for.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, get right.
You don't cut them. You just put them on the DL for 2 weeks.
So nothing like ending a series of regular season baseball with Coors Field. Milwaukee in Colorado. Chad Bettis, Brent Sutter. Yes, those two guys are pitching, and yes, it's Coors Field. No interest in the pitchers, I'm guessing?
No, not at all. And we joked about all these other teams that we were going to play, and it was really just kind of all lead up to play your Rockies and play your Brewers.
Pretty much.
Like, this guy, Brent Sutter, actually got rocked in Seattle. Like, that's not good. Seattle, Coors Field. Seattle, Coors Field.
Oh, that's not good at all.
No, it's not.
So now, just an update. I don't know if people heard my Mac turn back on, but it restarted on its own, and now it's working. Even more tilt. Like, that's just,
what?
That's just like the ultimate tilt. Like, just tilt me more. For the people that don't know, I spent an hour and a half talking to Apple support.
I'm sorry, Stevie. I don't mean to be laughing at you, but I don't know what to do.
It's really good for the people that wanted a NASCAR video this week because all my stuff is on that computer.
Oh, my God. Poor Stevie. Oh, poor Stevie.
All right. So looking at the Milwaukee side, we have a guy in Chad Bettis that ground ball pitcher against right-handed pitching or batters, Chris Carter. Play Chris Carter today. Play Chris Carter.
You're going to laugh when I tell you his price on DK.
6,200.
No, it's under that. It's 4,500.
Oh, man, just play Chris Carter. I don't think I've ever said play Chris Carter in cash games, but you're playing Chris Carter in cash games at that price.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Oh, man, I'm so tilted to turn back on. Outside of that, Jonathan VR, always a really good play. Ryan Braun has that power upside, but outside of the big names, is any of these Milwaukee bats that might be values that stand out to you?
They're playing in Coors. Yes. Yes. If you are in the lineup and you are playing in Coors Field, you are in play.
Pick and choose the lineup, right, when it comes out.
Yeah, exactly.
Brent Sutter, at least he's a lefty against Colorado, right?
Sure. We'll go with that.
Like, you could be contrarian and play Blackman and Cargo, and they might be underowned because it's a lefty.
Right, that's what you do. You don't fade, you just play the lefties. That's your approach.
Oh,
There'll be lots of bullpen at bats.
You have to play Arenado.
The one concern about Colorado is that they've been really aggressive in pulling guys when they get leads or fall behind.
Yeah.
The only concern.
Trying to work in some of these young guys. I can see that.
So play the young guys. They're less likely to get yanked, is what I'm saying.
Or just play DJ LeMahieu, who's fighting for that batting title.
Oh, I didn't think about that. That's a good point.
All right, let's move on. It's Coors Field. We don't have to touch on that too much. Minnesota at Chicago, taking on the White Sox. Carlos Rendon against Tyler Duffy. Neither one of these teams playing for anything at this point. Going to be kind of the last starts for these two guys. Duffy, he really struggles with righties, so I think Jose Abreu, Todd Frazier, Tim Anderson are interesting here.
Sure. Sorry, I was in the middle of a yawn. I didn't know what else to say.
No, it's all good. What about Carlos Rodon? Is he an interesting tournament play here, or are we just going to be afraid that they limit him?
I just think I'm going to go back to the Kenneth Vargas train against a lefty.
Yeah, I'm pulling up his innings, 159, so they're probably going to cap him at 6 innings in this game, 165 for the season.
Yeah, and Kenneth Vargas just homered off of a very good lefty in his own right, Danny Duffy. No reason he can't hunt one off Rodon here. Well today.
Vargas' numbers this season against lefties are just insane.
But keep playing him against righties all the time there, manager. I don't know who that manager is, but whoever you are, you probably should learn about what platoon splits are in the offseason.
Anybody else here?
Nah.
Yeah, let's move on. Pittsburgh at St. Louis. Cardinals are still definitely playing for something here, and it's pretty much their ace on the mound tonight, Carlos Martinez, against the guy that we expected up a long time ago, Tyler Glasnow. Any interest in this game?
No, I have interest in the Cardinals bats. Glasnow got shelled against the Nationals, like F team. So, yeah, I don't have much interest in Glasnow, but Carlos Martinez, I can't think of any reason not to play him. Best ballpark for to prevent right-handed power. He doesn't give up much power to right-handed bats. The Pirates have a ton of right-handed bats.
Strikeout rates high up against righties. This is an excellent spot for Martinez. And he's going to go deep. Like, they're going to run him out there as long as he's pitching good.
Yep, exactly. Great tournament play, great cash game play.
And if he's not pitching good, you're probably not winning anyway.
Right.
I like the Cardinals bats here too. There's a reason they didn't call this kid up as soon as, as everybody expected. Like, he was struggling in the minors.
Yeah, I know he's a lefty, but Brandon Moss, 3,500. I know you're on board.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. I know he's been a little cold, but this is a good spot to get right here.
Yeah, absolutely. And not as hard to hit a home run in Pittsburgh for the lefties than it is the righties.
This is in St. Louis, too.
Yep.
Yeah, it's okay, CJ. It's okay. We're having that day. We're allowed to have one.
Oh, my goodness, the game's in St. Louis. You said it, and it didn't even just click until you just said it again. Oh, my goodness.
All right, let's talk Cleveland at Kansas City. Is Ventura starting here?
I don't know, but it's also super cold in St. Louis, so still downgrade the bats. What was your next question? Sorry.
Well, Ventura's dealing with a back injury. Like, Kansas City's out of it. Like,
I've seen nothing to suggest he's not making, or that he's not going to make the start. There we go.
Yeah, but like, you're not expecting much from him here, right?
Yeah, the line's been pulled off of most of the books, so I think they're expecting an overnight. Oh, Cleveland had a pitching change, so I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, this game is kind of just a bullpen game for Cleveland, and it might turn into one for Kansas City. Play any value bats, I guess you see that pop up here, but like, it's really hard to recommend if you don't know if either team's throwing a lefty or a righty out there.
This is probably one of the best stay away games for the night.
It's one of the best stay away games of the year.
And you know me, I'm a huge fan of Cleveland bats, but I just don't know if this is the spot.
Well, we still have Coors Field Light to get to, so.
Well, that's a good place.
And it's our next game.
Well, let's talk about it. San Diego at Arizona. Edwin Jackson, Brandon Shipley. I really just said those two names together. That's who's starting in this game. And that, my friends, is game 159 of baseball.
And the sad part is these guys have been in the respective rotations for a while. It's you know what you're getting. You're getting bad pitching. Game stack away if you're fading Coors. This is the spot to go and just game stack. Play the Solarte narrative. I didn't even realize he was back with the team when we ran out De Leon. I saw him at the plate, and I was like, what is he doing here?
Yeah, they haven't been playing Schimpf.
Yeah, I didn't even realize he was back. I just assumed he was going to take off the entire season. So, like, it's just like all the lefties for San Diego and Renfroe, the guy who apparently can't get out. And then for the Arizona, it's your normal guys.
All I'm going to say is I'm going to tilt really heavy if Schimpf's not in the lineup tonight.
Oh, I'm sure he won't be, so just get ready.
Yeah, it's going to happen. Like, I'm going to cancel my baseball entries.
You're not going to cancel all your baseball entries. That's the biggest bluff ever.
You're right. San Diego bats here. Will Myers is in play, and this guy that they called up, I can't think of his name. No, it's Renfroe or something.
I just said that. Yeah, Renfroe. Guy who can't. Yeah, I just talked about him. He can't stop hitting home runs.
Play him.
He's 3,500 on DraftKings. Don't play him at that price.
3,500. He's 22 on FanDuel. Get your exposure there.
Although it is Brandon Shipley. Then again, it is Brandon Shipley. So it's in Chase
Arizona.
Fields. Yeah, so maybe you can play him anyways, but just know it's probably not the world's most optimal play.
Arizona side of things here, it is Edwin Jackson. Paul Goldschmidt's good at baseball. Gene Segura's banged up. See if he's in the lineup. It was just a cramp. Like, I expect him to be back in the lineup. And outside of those two guys, Like Jake Lamb is so ice cold.
I've seen some signs of life from him in the last week. I wouldn't mind it.
If there's anybody to hit a home run off of, I guess Edwin
It's
Jackson.
been a like a 2-week long road trip on the road for them. Like I could see him coming home and banging one out.
I see them coming home and put up a lot of runs. I really do think.
I do too, and that's why I think he's going to hit a home run.
All right, we'll stack Arizona. Houston at LA taking on the Angels. We have Daniel Wright and we have Brad Peacock. I'm not making this stuff up, CJ.
This line's not even on the board because they just have no idea what kind of lineup the Angels are going to roll out.
Well, yeah, Trout's banged up. Like
Pujols is banged up too.
Yeah, like Pujols might not play again this season.
I'm not sure why either one would play either the rest of the way, but then again, they're poorly managed teams that are not making the playoff for a reason, so shouldn't assume.
Yeah, shouldn't assume. So if they don't have Trout and Pujols, could you pull the trigger on Peacock?
I don't know. Let's see. It's a Friday lock around 6 o'clock. So how much have I had to drink before I have to click the button?
Listen, his last start, 5 innings, 1 hit, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts against the Angels.
This ballpark is better, and the price is cheaper. I mean, I guess. Again,
Trout,
definitely
no
going to make sure I've had a couple beers before I click that name, though.
No Trout, no Pujols. That's the only other way, right?
Yeah. Or if it's just like Johnny Gianfratella and Simmons are in the middle of the order or something. Something that terrible.
Oh, man. Houston, they're officially out now, right?
Oh, that's a good question.
They're officially out. They're 4 games back on Baltimore. I think the only teams that actually have a chance are Seattle, Detroit, Baltimore, Toronto.
Yep. And they're playing for 2 spots.
And they're playing for 2 spots. Oh, I love baseball. Pay attention to what we see here. Daniel Wright's not very good. This is not a great ballpark, but Houston could be a little sneaky here.
Yes, Houston's a very good GPP option.
Pay attention to the lineups. We have no idea what they're going to look like. They're not in anything anymore. Might get some young guys some at-bats.
Yeah, and the Houston bats are priced kind of fair, so you're not even getting much of a discount if the regulars are in there.
iMac updated, shut back off. Oakland at Seattle. Tyshawn Walker against Alcantara.
Alcantara.
Whatever his name is.
This is a legit pitching prospect. I didn't realize he was making this start.
He is, but Seattle has something to play for, and Walker is facing Oakland.
Doesn't mean I don't have interest at 4,500. Not ruling it out.
I just the thing that so much upside here for Seattle with lefty power bats against a young kid.
Yeah, it can go poorly. It absolutely could.
But you're right.
It's all right his first time against them.
The price isn't going to kill you either.
No. I'm not sure why you would need that savings, but maybe if you do, I think he's fine. He's way better than all these other 4K guys we've laughed at. There's that.
There is that. Let's talk Walker on the other side of this game. He looks really interesting here.
You can have fun with that. No chance I'm playing Taijuan Walker on this slate. None.
Nope. There's a chance that I do it.
No chance. Give me Pineda. Give me Martinez. Give me
you're not
AJ Cole. Give me
Pineda
Gesselman.
Walker.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. No.
Maybe fine. Carlos Martinez for sure. Pineda was for dramatic effect.
Yeah, I will give you Carlos Martinez 100 out of 100 times in this spot, but you're not playing Pineda over Walker.
All right, fine. I've never played Pineda. You caught my bluff, all right? I was trying to just emphasize the point.
Okay, I win the podcast. That's all that matters to me. I won something tonight. Let's talk this last game. Lowest total we've seen in a long time. This is like a Kershaw-Bumgarner total. It's the Dodgers and the Giants. It's Bumgarner against Hill. A lot of respect for Rich Hill with Bumgarner only being like a minus 120 here.
Yeah, and so what's the deal here with so he was scratched, right, on Sunday, and now they're starting him here? I don't get this. What are they doing?
Hill?
Oh, they're lining him up for game 2 of the NLDS. I see what they're doing. Okay.
Yeah, because he threw a bullpen, right?
4, 5. Yeah, so they're lining him up for game 2, so he should have this full pitch workload.
No way.
90 to 95?
No chance.
We
just seen it. We just played him against the same matchup, and they they're wearing white gloves with Rich Hill until the playoffs, I think.
I wonder why these guys get hurt. You can't just go from 90 to 110. That's what causes the problem.
No, I trust me.
Gradually work it up. It's like anything else you do in your body. You don't just start like lifting 300-pound weights. You work your way up.
Well, we played him, remember? He dominated 5 innings against them. He's like 7 Ks or something like that. I'm not playing Rich Hill here, but Bumgarner's the best pitcher on the slate. Waiting for your rebuttal. I'm waiting for your argument. But
it's not coming. You know it's not coming.
A must-win game for San Francisco. Like I'm going to be shocked if Bumgarner
this price is so cheap. It's almost the DK algorithm knows something.
No, all I know is Bumgarner is going to throw 120 pitches in this game.
I don't disagree.
Like if this game is remotely close, they're not pulling him.
I agree.
No bats, right? No. We're PvP people. We're not playing Kiki here, right?
No. Not with all the value that's out there. No, why would you?
And he's been awful too.
How dare you insult his name?
Listen, he's been awful.
Even though you're right. But
all right, we got through it. There might have been a lot of computer tilt in the podcast tonight. I'm sorry.
Home Run Derby?
Oh, yeah. Well, of course we're going to play Home Run Derby. It's the last regular season Home Run Derby. Like, let's even do this. For the listeners that are listening to the podcast, since I was so tilted on the podcast tonight, hashtag RGMG, tweet at me. 3 home run picks. If you're the first person that gets 3 home runs, you're going to get a Roto Grinders t-shirt. How about that? Like, that's how you make up for being tilted the whole podcast, right?
I like it. I like the idea. Let's do it.
All right. We're going to play some Home Run Derby with the listeners here. And if they want to win, they'll just take my 3 picks. Because it happened the other night. I went 3 for 3.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
What day was that?
The day I recorded by myself.
That's like cheating, though. That's like an asterisk, right? Like, you got that's a huge asterisk, I think.
Listen, I'll take it, okay?
All right, well, I'm taking David Ortiz, so you can go ahead and do what you want to do.
Listen, that's fine. I hate you for saying that, but I still get to take him in some playoff games. I'm okay with it. Man, no Coors Field, right?
Well, that's your rule.
Ryan Schimpf.
Oh boy. Let's go with Gary the Goat.
I'm just gonna write down Goat. I'm not even gonna write down Sanchez.
Okay, that works.
I'm gonna go with the hottest hitter in baseball, Carlos Gomez.
Alrighty, I'm going to go with your boy. You know what? This will be too tilting. I can't even do that. Even though you know what? Now I'm going to tilt you even more. Matt Kemp.
It's okay.
I think I lost Stevie. Oh wait, Stevie's still here.
No, I'm here. I'm going with Mr. September because we're still in September. I'm going Miguel Cabrera. It's clutch time, baby. You know Miguel Cabrera.
Oh, that's right. They're playing for something. Dang it. I didn't click that. I clicked the teams that I thought were all playing for something, and then Gary Sanchez, and then I just completely left up Detroit.
At the end of the day, if you had to pick one pitcher, not named Darvish, Bumgarner, Porcello, Carlos Martinez, to pick up a win here.
Oh, come on.
Doesn't have to score the most fantasy points, but who you got to win? We both
I say Matt Carpenter, and is he over 10K on FanDuel?
No, he's not, but...
so you just, okay. So I say Matt Kemp, and you just change the rules of the game to be mean.
No, me and you both would have said Carlos Martinez. It's just not...
Robert Gesselman.
You jerk.
You're the one that took Carlos Martinez off the board. Blame yourself.
Well, I could just go Walker. Walker's going to win against Oakland. They stink.
Fair enough.
You like the analysis there? They just stink. Don't play them.
It's great analysis. It's probably going to be my pitching primer tomorrow. Bumgarner. Play him.
All right, before we get out of here, I made a forum post and I tweeted it out. We'll tweet it out again here on Friday. We're letting you guys decide what you want us to talk about on Monday on the podcast. Me and CJ are opening it up. You guys want us to talk basketball? A lot of NFL review type submissions. Whatever you guys want to talk, head on over to the Roto Grinders forum. Look for the post that says Morning Grind Monday podcast and leave us your thoughts. We're going to have 45 minutes to an hour to talk about what you guys want us to talk about. And we're kind of open to anything that's sports DFS related.
Is it pinned tweet or is it pinned thread?
No, it's floating.
It's floating in there. I'm just curious what the responses are so far.
A lot of NFL review talk.
You guys are boring.
Yeah.
And I know half these guys that are saying that too.
Well, we can do an NFL review in 15 minutes, so that still gives you guys plenty of time to submit other stuff.
Yeah.
All
Fair
right,
point.
Siege. Congrats to you again, my friend, taking down that queue with Julio Jones. I know you were sweating it out tonight, so congratulations to you. Guys, good luck in your weekend contest. Enjoy the last full weekend of baseball. Make sure you're paying attention to lineups. They're going to be ugly this weekend. It's tournament weekend. That's all I'm going to say. So good luck in your contest, and we'll see you again next week.